Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to a brand new episode of Pastrami Nation's Break Therapy. I'm Kevin. Of course, joining me today, as usual, Godfather of Toys, Mr. Christian DeCorda. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you gentlemen doing?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. And of course, joining us also is my son, Elijah. Elijah, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good?
Yeah.
You're doing okay? You feeling good?
I'm alive, aren't I?
You're alive. You survived your first week of 11th grade.
Big
one more
man
year.
on campus.
You only have well, you technically have like 2 years
No,
left.
no. I know I do. Well, one more year of high school. after
Well,
this.
I mean, after this year, yes. So technically, you have 2 more
we
years
don't
of high
count the
school.
current year.
You do because you just started.
For those of you listening that don't know, Kevin and I, though we've been doing the podcast for a few years now,
Yeah.
have never actually met in person before a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, Kevin and the family came down to Southern California. I picked them up from the airport.
You
We
did.
also spent a couple hours at Disneyland. We got lunch.
Yeah.
The big thing for me in my head, I don't know, maybe it's because I was stuck in traffic for so long, but the big thing in my head was, how tall are they going to be? I
Yeah.
think in my head, Eli, you were the big question. I didn't know, man. I figured you were going to tower over me. Well, you kind of do. You're taller than me, I think, already. So
Yeah.
you've got a tall family.
He's getting up there, man. Yeah, he's getting up there. Yeah, I mean, I could say the feeling's mutual, right? Because I remember we were like, gosh, like every car that would go by, it was like a Subaru. It was like, no, that's not Christian. That's not Christian. And like, it's that weird thing of like, how tall are they gonna be? How what's going on? Like, like, but no, dude. Yeah, no, I think Eli, he's actually he's getting taller than me now. This kid, he's got the genes.
Yeah.
He's got the genes. Ellie too. Ellie, she doesn't not look like a 12-year-old, almost 12-year-old. No. Dude, we can't sneak her into, you know how it is like when your kids get a certain you know how it is, but it's like, when like the kids are like small enough so you can still sneak them in the kids, like get them the kids ticket for things and do things like that. We can't do that with either of these kids anymore. Which is good, which is fine because they're adults. They don't need to be treated like children, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, this is the Break Therapy podcast. This is one where we talk about Lego, we talk about pop culture, we talk about all kinds of stuff.
We talk about this.
We talk about this. So first, I like to get started by talking about kind of some of the things we've been working on, what we built. So Christian, you had mentioned you actually built a couple things. I have something here as well that we could talk about. But what have you built over the past couple weeks?
So if you've been paying attention or if you just happen to wander through the Lego aisle every time you go to Target, you might have noticed a couple of things. Now, there was that big drop a couple of months ago of the Batcave display from the first Batman.
So bad.
I want it so much. Yeah, the shadow box. It's beautiful. Now, I love like the what's it called? Speed Champions. Like I love those. So and I've been like really pushing for them to do like movie cars. And they did some Fast and Furious. They did 007. Now the shadow box comes with the Tim Burton Batmobile.
It's so cool
in the Speed Champions scale. So I'm like, oh my god, that's the one thing I want. Yeah, in the minifig scale, that's the one thing I would shell out the money for. Was for that one thing. Thank you, Lego. Whoever thought to do this, Lego has released a $40 version, which is ridiculously similar. Like if you can see this next to the version of the shadow box, it's identical. Right? There are some like details. Go ahead.
Does the top open up? No.
No,
oh, okay.
It doesn't do that. Not like the big one does. Yeah. This just, and I don't even think you can fit a minifig in here, honestly. Which is kind of crazy. Because it doesn't seat. You can. You know how it normally has like the little studs so that you can stick their butt into it? It doesn't have that.
Oh, gotcha.
So they'll be kind of slipping and sliding. I also don't know if it'll actually fit. But anyway, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. I've been wanting this for such a long time. The other thing that I would, so even if you got the shadow box, you
Arturo,
should.
man, thank you for joining us. Good to see you.
Arturo, what's up? Is this? It's the Batwing, but minifig scale. So,
cool.
both Kevin and I, we have. Eli just looked up at it.
Yeah.
Right now. We
I
have.
had to.
Yeah. We have the what version? What is it? The Lego the
the UCS.
Yeah, UCS version.
Ultimate Collector Series, yeah.
But there's something really cute and precious about having something in the minifig scale. I love this.
Do those come with minifigs at all?
Yes. If you know, like the Batman minifig that came with the UCS Batmobile,
yeah,
and those were exclusive. I think they also did a poly bag not too long ago that came with that. That was pretty hard to get to. So what they have here is a different version of him. So that they're keeping it pretty exclusive. The minifig that came with the other one. So this is different. It's still technically the Michael Keaton Batman, except it doesn't have like the one piece cowl and cape thing, because they obviously designed it for play. So it's a pretty normal like minifig with like a cloth cape, so you can put them in. But still, if you've got the previous two, you can stand them right next to these guys. So that's really cool. And then for my Star Wars people, if you're specifically a Clone War person, they have this out for $20. If you're into army building, you can start on your 332nd. Yep. So if you remember, this is that when Rex's army, and as an homage to Ahsoka, painted Ahsoka's like face paint on their helmets. Beautiful. I love it so much. But yeah, so this is out there. $20. You get 4 minifigs. It comes with Captain Vaughn and then 3 troopers. So pretty cool.
Comes with Vaughn?
Yeah, it comes with Vaughn. So that would be kind of cool to assemble like the clones. Like it'd be cool to get like Vaughn and Rex and Fives.
Me too.
Yeah, it would be really cool. So that's a cool little recommendation for all the Clone Wars, Star Wars people. If you want to have a little 332nd Army on your desk. But yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So I've been working on this guy. The very, 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 very beginnings of this guy. This is the Black Panther Wakanda Forever set, the bust of Black Panther. It's pretty cool so far. It's got some pretty cool things. This is just the first step, just the first bag. Quite a bit of stuff that actually came out of that bag. So yeah, this one's exciting. Also about this, I don't know if I showed this off yet on the show, but this was a pretty cool one. This Disney 100 Lego set. It's a villain set. So it's like got some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, it's got the VHS tape. Got the Sleeping Beauty, the VHS, Beauty and the Beast book. It also has an Aladdin VHS cover, replica cover. It even comes with some cool stuff inside. So there's some pretty cool. You pull this guy out, and then it comes with a little Gaston in there, which is pretty neat.
Can I use Dog Pound and kill him?
No. This is a cool set that you can actually hide stuff in. It's got a little Maleficent cool in there.
She can live.
The Beauty and the Beast, or the Little Mermaid tape, doesn't have anything in it as far as there's no Ursula minifig or anything like that. But it's kind of hard to show right now. But it's got some cool like a VHS sticker on there, like
reels of the movie.
Yeah, and you got this cool little apple it came with, the poison apple, and you open this guy up. Boom. The evil hag, evil queen in disguise is in there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Came with this little guy, this little card that you make. It even comes with a little clock that represents Peter Pan and Neverland, and then you turn it around. Captain Hook. There's another minifig hiding in here, which is This one I was actually really excited about because I hadn't seen them do it before, but they have a Lego Genie Jafar, which is pretty cool. Comes with a little lamp. So yeah, this guy's pretty cool. I really, really like this one. This is a really fun build. Certainly not a set for play. It's certainly a display piece, 100%. There's no functionality to it other than hiding the minifigs in there. Still a cool display piece, though, if you're into just displaying your Lego and them not having a lot of functionality. This one's going to be that one. We're also going to be talking about one in a little bit here that I don't have, but the one that just came out that is also just a pure display set. Disney does a lot of display sets, I noticed, just really cool pieces that you can put up. Like their Mickey and Minnie is really cool, but you can't really do much with it. It's more of a display piece. The castles you can play with and stuff like that, but they've been doing a lot of cool stuff like this. So and Eli's been playing with Bionicle quite a bit, just mixing and matching and just doing some cool stuff with them. He's been keeping himself occupied with that. Yeah, we've been on the hunt to find more Bionicle pieces because unfortunately, obviously, they don't make, the sets don't exist anymore. So we've been to like Bricks and Minifigs, and unfortunately we missed out on one whole bag that they had of just all Bionicle stuff.
Oh, damn.
Snagged it before we were able to.
So I have armor pieces from like the old mechs. I have actual like arm pieces from the Justin Hammer mech, the swords from Lloyd's mech.
Yeah, it's a cool set. But yeah, that's kind of what we've been working on right now. That's what we've been doing. What have you guys been working on? We love to know. We love to hear from you. We love to know what Lego sets have you guys gotten lately? What collectibles have you gotten lately? You got any cool action figures? Got any toys? Got anything that you want to show off or talk about? Let us know. We'd be happy to talk about those. So there have been a couple sets that have released lately from Lego that I kind of wanted to bring up, that I wanted to talk about. There's one that kind of cracked me up a little bit because it kind of has to do with my line of work a little bit, which is kind of crazy. It has to do with bugs, lots of bugs. So Lego has what?
Nothing.
Oh, so Lego, let me see if I could pull it up here. Lego has decided to release an insect collection, which I thought was pretty interesting.
That's awesome.
With the botanical sets, $79.99. You get three different bugs. It's just the insect collection. It's got some really, really cool designs in here. I really, really like it. This guy's really cool. This is one of my favorite things. I'm certainly going to pick up the set. And this little beetle guy just kind of hanging out and stuff like that. One of the more interesting things I think about the set is that it's really cool, but it also comes with its own playlist. So you can actually, while you're building, listen to a very, because Lego does that with their they'll have the playlist.
It's like ASMR. That's awesome.
It is. It's ASMR. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they got some pretty cool. I don't even know if I can technically play it here. So I don't want to get into any kind of legal trouble or anything. But yeah, it's a customized playlist for each of the things. The Hercule beetle, the blue morpho butterfly, and the Chinese mantis, and there's the whole insect collection box. The tracks are pretty long, 45 minutes each, and then 10 minutes and 21 for the insect collection box. So I guess they figure that's how long it's going to take you to build them, right? So about 45 minutes or so. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. That set is coming out really, really soon. It's going to be starts VIP early access on the 4th. So actually now. So it's early access now. I don't know when the actual release date is, but that means it'll probably be within the next couple days, right? They're going to be releasing it. Maybe even on the 5th or 6th. Today's the 5th. So I think within the next couple days. But yeah, again, if you're not a VIP member, sign up for it. It's absolutely free, and you can get early access to a lot of these things, a lot of these sets and everything like that. So definitely keep an eye out for those. And have you been keeping up with the new point system they have going on?
No.
No, there's an actual like they call them insiders points now. I haven't looked too much into it. I know they changed.
Crazy. I just
Yeah.
checked my points like a few months, like a couple months ago. So I don't
Yeah.
know what transfers over. Interesting.
Yeah. No, absolutely, 100%.
There's a set that I saw that I think is really cool.
Which one is it?
The Ghost and the Phantom 2.
Was it on here?
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll take a look at that in a minute. But this guy's really cool too.
Dang, that's
This
awesome.
this one's on back order. Where did I see it? Oh, we saw this at Bricks and Minifig. They actually had a couple of them in stock.
They have everything.
Yeah.
Except for Bionicle parts, apparently.
Except for Bionicle parts, apparently. Yeah. This camera is really, really cool. Again, just another one that's really cool for display. Doesn't really have much functionality. I mean, you can actually do stuff with it, but not really a play piece. Just a really fun.
It's a beautiful display piece, though. Look at that. Those minifigs are
100%.
gorgeous.
And this will go good with the Mickey and Minnie set that was released a few years ago, which I was lucky enough to get, which I really, really love. What?
Oh, wait.
They're right in front of you.
Oh.
But yeah, this set would actually go really cool with those guys. You could do a whole shelf just dedicated to
Bambi?
Disney. And yeah, it comes with the Bambi, a Dumbo, Mickey, Minnie, and Walt, which is pretty cool. I like how Walt has this little drawing of Mickey right here, which is pretty cool. And then they also have the Green Gringotts Bank,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was
I did
cool.
see that. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Dragon
really,
430.
cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, 430, but it's got some cool functionality. It's got this area down here, like the little roller cart area.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Cassie's building. Oh, actually, Cassie, my wife, she's building the Diagon Alley right now.
Finally.
Finally. We got one of the buildings. Well, she got one building done. I don't know when she's two. Well, like one set kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, this is a really, really cool one. Like, it's a cool display piece. I really, really like it. It's really, really cool.
I can't just let that sit.
What?
I know what Mom would say, but I can't just let it sit there.
Which one are you talking about? Oh, they're right here.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost and Phantom 2.
Oh, this is from Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
I totally want to get that.
No.
Why doesn't it come with an Ahsoka?
I know, that's crazy. They probably have her own ship. So yeah,
she has the Jedi ship.
Oh yeah.
That also comes with Sabine.
What's Hera's son's name again? I keep forgetting his name.
He only appeared. Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a cool set. Yeah, this one's out now, $159. Of course, again, we've had this conversation. You're paying for the Star Wars name. It's 1,394 pieces.
Yeah.
So if you're a really, 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 really big Star Wars person and you have to have the set, it's available and it's ready for you to pick up right now. You can go to lego.com or you can find a Lego store.
There's the Ahsoka set.
Oh, there it is right there. Her T6. Nice.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we got her. Yay.
Oh, there's Sabine. So Sabine, Ahsoka,
Huyang,
and then did you? So I'm guessing you guys haven't seen today's episode yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, I actually watched the first episode, and I'm just been so busy lately that I'm just like, dude, like
he has work.
Yeah,
he has his own stuff he needs to do.
Yeah. So I haven't really been able to watch it too much, but but he's been liking it a lot.
I have been.
Yeah, same. I'm caught up. I just watched the new episode. I won't say anything. I'm excited because I haven't liked anything that Disney Plus has been putting out in a while. So it's kind of refreshing. And I needed it to be because Ahsoka's such a beloved character. And like, It would have been a shame. How did Obi-Wan happen? It still bothers me.
Yeah, I don't
a
understand that
legacy
at all.
character, like one of the top 3 legacy characters of Star Wars, got the lowest budget. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I have this thing that I've been thinking about, and I wanted to kind of bring this up, and maybe this is a fun thing to talk about, maybe not. I just got this. I am not a big Batman 1966 fan, but this is so amazing. Like,
I saw
can't
that.
tell you how incredible this is. Like,
Yeah.
This is such an incredible thing. So, like, I was looking up, I was like watching old episodes and then watching stuff about like Cesar Romero. And then I was kind of realizing that like there's been this trope in Hollywood for like a long time of like the villain being flamboyantly gay.
Right? Oh, right.
So like especially specifically Joker. And I feel like this is Cesar Romero because like Cesar was the first like on-screen person to portray him. And I think like even Mark Hamill kind of took that and ran with it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Batsy. Oh, you really shouldn't have. Like, it's so like, you know, if you say it in a normal voice, it's very flamboyant.
Right.
But then even like Ursula, you know what I mean?
Modeled after drag queen. And...
Right. Like a very famously.
Yeah. Was it Divine? I don't know.
Divine.
I think it was
Divine.
It was Divine. That's right.
This is the first I'm hearing of any of this.
Skeletor, like so, like a lot of the 80s cartoons, they all had "I'll get you, He-Man." Like they all had that same, strangely had that weird voice.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think obviously that opens up a wider discussion of that kind of, you know, they call it a queer coding of villains, right? Like making them, you know, villainous by making them a little bit more flamboyant, right? So that's kind of what you're talking about, right? That idea of Hollywood doing that. They don't do it as much anymore, which I mean, I think they do to an extent. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head right now. But there have been instances where like the villain in like one of these big action type movies is like a very flamboyant, you know, villain, you know, just for the sake of being flamboyant. So yeah, I mean, I mean, are we talking about if, you know, we don't necessarily. It's a tough one. I mean, because
I just noticed it. So it's weird. Like, are they how the trope started? Like, was it just to like vilify gay, like gayness? Right. Is that what it is, or is it to soften the hit to make it like fun? Because like I didn't notice that when I was a kid. I didn't think of like Skeletor or Ursula or Joker or any of them.
I didn't notice it until now.
Exactly. Right. So like when I think of Joker, like that's just Joker. But like for some reason, like I just heard the voice without the Mark Hamill stink on it. And then it's like, oh, it's just like I don't know why I never realized. And I'm like, but yeah, how he plays it. But like I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's just something I kind of noticed.
I mean, to me, it's just I see it as a little bit of both, right? I can see how they're trying to villainize it in a way by portraying these characters this way, but I also think it makes the characters so much more interesting and fun, right? Right. I mean, that's just my thing. Like I legitimately, you know, and it is one of those things where it is kind of crappy, where it is always the villain, right? Like it's always a villain. Like you never get a superhero who's a little bit more flamboyant, other than like maybe someone like Deadpool, right? Like Deadpool kind of threads that line a little bit. And that's really fun when he does it. But I wish people would take that. I wish more heroes would be the flamboyant, fun one, right? Rather than the villain being the flamboyant.
Could you imagine how much of a blast would that be?
It would be amazing. It would be amazing. Like I said, I think the closest we've ever gotten is Deadpool. Like I think Deadpool kind of takes that, you know, he threads that, you know, he walks that line very carefully, but there are moments where he's very flamboyant and he has fun.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Please.
If you think about it, it isn't really about whether they're the villain or the hero, because in the same sense, their backgrounds are the same. It's just a matter of how they choose to handle it.
Oh yeah, no,
One
100%.
says,
Right.
I'm going to save these people from this pain.
Yeah.
And the other says, the world gave me pain, so I'm going to give them pain.
Right. No, 100%. I agree with that. But like, why is the villain the one that seems to be having the most fun and is the most flamboyant and is the most colorful character? Why can't that be the hero?
Because they are actually doing it not fully on pain. Not a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them are, but not all of them are.
Yeah.
They are having fun while doing it, but the heroes are the one that's taking the brunt of the pain.
Yeah.
If you look at,
well, yeah, because the villains are having more fun destroying stuff than the heroes. The heroes just have to fix everything that the villains do. I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. It's a very interesting conversation. But yeah, I have noticed that. I just think like Romero's like Joker was a lot of fun, right? Like very, very, over the top, like cheesy, corny, campy. Campy's the word. Right?
Super very campy.
And I love the fact that he chose, like, he would not shave his mustache.
Yeah, it's in the sculpt.
It is in the sculpture, right? And I know, like, a lot of even the figures that come out of him now, I don't know if they used to do that when they released the figures, but I think they've embraced that. Yeah. And like, so it is in that sculpt too. Like
it's
the mustache. Oh, that's fantastic.
It's just so like I was watching up. I don't know anything about Cesar Romero. I'd never seen him in anything else. Look how awesome this head sculpt is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You see the mustache.
Oh, but yeah. Oh god, the camera. But you can see it. They sculpted and painted over it. But yeah, he was a gay man who like never got a leading role, unfortunately, and like because of it. And, but yeah, he played it so flamboyantly, like over the top, like rolled every R. Like there was never an R that left his lips that wasn't rolled before he said it. It's so much fun. And you know that like he really kind of started the whole thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. And like, I don't know. I feel like, and I think there's like this big thing about the Joker, like the way that everybody plays it, like he was really comical and like it was fun and it was for laughs. But then like you look at like Heath and you look at like Jack and it was like calculated planners, right? Like when you look at Heath's performance, it's like he's
Jack Nicholson.
He's like he's like playing crazy. He's like playing like even the voice. I think like it's him doing the old Joker voice, right?
Yeah,
like,
because even in in the Dark Knight, like you see him, like he wears the makeup as like war paint, right? Like it's not like his face is that, so it's all like an act and scare tactics for him, right?
Exactly.
While Heath was on set and he wasn't shooting at all, he was just like on set just to be there. He was in full makeup.
Yeah.
I saw that interview. Michael J. White talked about that. Yeah.
The rest of the cast was just like, this guy is creepy as.
He was talking about how much he appreciated that because he would come, if they were shooting like dailies or shooting like if it's an over the shoulder, like they shoot like Heath shots and the next day they shoot the other person's shots. Heath would come in like it's an over shoulder. He doesn't need to be in makeup, but he still sat in makeup for like 2 hours, so that the other person could have something. It's just really cool.
No, 100%.
But yeah, I don't know. The psychology of like, I don't know. I'm in weird Batman Joker mode right now because of toys. So like my whole head has been here, and especially because of this little guy and rewatching.
No, it's totally cool.
So
I need to see a live action Red Hood.
I'd really like to see that too, and I'd really like that to be Jensen Ackles. I think he should play him in live action. I think that would be perfect.
Well, there's a bunch of rumors concerning Jensen and DC and the Batman universe, but it's not for Red Hood.
Sadly.
There's just super rumors, right? Like all these rumors are going around, and since James Gunn wants to bring a new kind of face to Batman, there's the heavy rumor. It's been floating out there. I don't say I believe it. I'm not putting it out there, but Jansen has been in consideration for the role of Batman
Yes.
for the Brave or for the new. What was he doing? Brave and the Bold.
Brave and
Yeah.
the Bold, yeah.
That's
been a long time. Fans have been wanting that.
Yeah. I mean, he's voiced Batman too, right? Hasn't he voiced Batman a couple times?
Under the Red Hood.
Red Hood? Yeah.
Well, Red Hood, he was Red Hood, but like he's voiced Batman also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it could work. Especially with the tone that James Gunn's going for. I think it'd be perfect. So yeah.
For the boys, for Soldier Boy, he was told that he would have needed to bulk up while going in for the casting.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have just asked the suit designers to put padding on it. He didn't think about it at the time, but he just put in the work.
That's what you got to do. And no matter what he is, he will always be Dean Winchester to me. I don't care what anybody says. He'll always be my boy, Dean Winchester from Supernatural. So
to me, he'll always be the gunsling Jason Todd.
No, he won't. He's always going to be Dean Winchester. Okay, guys, I don't care.
Do you guys ever listen to? Oh my god, I can't remember his name, but he played Luthor in Smallville.
Oh yeah, Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, his podcast.
Yeah.
He has a fantastic podcast.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good. He gets these really candid interviews with people, but I don't know if you saw the one with Jensen Ackles and he talks about Jessica Alba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rosenbaum's amazing. Like his interviews are and they're not even interviews, right? They're just like conversations.
Yeah.
Which is it's great. And I was really surprised listening to that for the first time too, because I was like, wow, this is like the dude's like really smart and he's a good actor.
Yeah.
And I don't know where, I mean, obviously he's doing the podcast. I wish he'd get more roles. And that's another role people are clamoring for him to come back for, him as Lex Luthor still. Like I think he can still pull it off. So yeah.
I do love that the actor, I can't remember his name, Tom
Welling.
Tom Welling comes on pretty often, so it's just cool to have a Lex Luthor Superman podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of rumors too. It's funny, I guess Timothy Chalamet like made a comment saying like, oh, if you haven't been rumored to be in Fantastic Four, then you're probably not that good of an actor.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's kind of true.
Which is true. So Eben Moss Backrack, is that his name? He plays Richie from
I heard about that.
He has been rumored to play Ben Grimm, the Thing, which give that man anything. I don't care. Like he can play anything. Yes. Sign off immediately. I think it's kind of a lock. It's sounding like what's her jeez. She's in like the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh yeah, Ferguson. Oh no, it's not Ferguson.
No.
Moynihan?
No, dang it. Really British sounding name.
Yeah, no, I'm pulling it up right now.
She's great though, and I do like that casting for.
Yeah, no, I know exactly who you're talking about. I just can't think of her name. It is Rebecca Ferguson, wasn't it?
God dang it! No.
Or no, Vanessa Kirby.
Yes.
Yeah, Vanessa Kirby. Yeah, that's right.
And then I don't know if there's still Adam Driver. Is Adam Driver really in contention?
I mean, I've heard, again, those are just the rumors I've heard too, that Adam Driver might be in contention for it. Who knows, man? Who knows? Guess we'll find out at D23, hopefully. They've been teasing some big announcements. So
okay, let's do one last thing. What time is it before? Oh, we got plenty of time. Okay, I saw this on TikTok and I thought this was really interesting. And I thought I'd want to ask you. So I'm going to ask you guys and I'll talk slow so you guys can think about it and calculate your answer. Phase 4 sucks. We all can agree. You know, it sucked a lot of what we love out of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Too much in too little of time.
Correct. 100% agree. So let's say the higher ups were like, we're rebooting tomorrow. Completely. Okay. What are the first 5 movies? So now that now we get retrospect because we've seen the whole MCU. So now we're rebooting it. What are the first 5? Because it's crucial, right? Like what you put out first. So what are the first 5 movies you want to release when you are shaping the brand new MCU?
That's a good question. So I think, like When you say reboot, do you mean like actually recasting and redoing
Everything.
everybody?
Everybody.
You
Except for Gal Gadot for some reason. I'm just kidding.
Gal Gadot.
You have to start with the big three: Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, which is how they started the MCU.
But do you though?
No.
But do you?
No, I think
At least you gotta start with Cap.
No. I say you got to push those to the back burner. I think we've waited long enough for X-Men, to be honest, like a brand new iteration. The last iteration died off quickly, and they're done. Bring in a new iteration and get that ball rolling.
The ending was depressing.
Yeah. So I'd say X-Men and Fantastic Four. I'd say X-Men and Fantastic Four, absolutely.
Two.
Then I'd probably say Cap. I'd say do another Cap. No, see, because my idea of them rebooting the MCU is like just like I can't imagine. So I know what you're saying, but honestly, I can't imagine a world where like who we have now is going to be recast, right? So
yeah,
I don't
it's
see, like,
crazy.
Chris Evans being recast. I don't see Robert Downey Jr. being recast. I don't see any of that happening. So I got to think like outside the box and like for me personally, I'm like thinking like, what haven't we seen that would be really cool to see? So like X-Men, Fantastic Four would be up there for me. What?
Runaways
would be really cool. I think Runaways could be a really, really cool franchise for feature films.
I was watching the Hulu show.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We need to bring that back.
I'd say give us a new Black Panther as well, but keep Shuri as Black Panther, but like don't like, I know you have to have that connective tissue to Chadwick and T'Challa, but I've just let them do their own thing now, right? Like now that that's been established that she's the new Black Panther, just let the story roll from there. Don't do any of the like, it's not a tribute anymore. It's going to sound horrible, and I don't mean this in this way, but like that's done. It's over with. Let's move on. Let's tell a story now. Let's get that ball rolling. That's what I'm really excited for. So I think that would be really cool, like a fresh Black Panther with Shuri and the rest of the cast coming back, but like make it that its own story. Gosh,
even
that's a tough one. Huh? Who?
Tyrone.
Yeah, like everyone. Yeah.
Oh no, Tucson. That was his name, Tucson.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And even with his son, like you could bring that aspect into it too.
He actually becomes Black Panther later down the line.
I know. Later on, you could pass the torch. God, those are the three I could think of right now. What about you? What do you got?
Okay, here's where I go. I say you start where it started, right? So we start with Fantastic Four. Right off the bat, it's the first family, but that opens up the intergalactic stuff. You know what I mean? Like really quickly, we are already like there's a lot of world building there. 2, I would go reverse and go Daredevil and like establish like street level stuff.
Yeah,
so like, because that can tie into Punisher, Spider-Man, like a lot of other like street levels, even specifically Doctor Strange should be in that too. X-Men, of course, right? So 3, I go X-Men. That I think is the big thing. I do like the idea of the Runaways. I think there's always room for like the property nobody's heard of, the Guardians or the Suicide Squad, right? I'll say Runaways. That's kind of cool. That's super, super cool. And then lastly, I think the Avengers always kind of stood as the leftovers of the Marvel universe. Because when I was a kid growing up, the Marvel universe was X-Men and Spider-Man.
Yeah, same.
Like everything else was just like, oh yeah, that's there too. So I'll say Avengers for the end. But yeah, that's that. I'd like to sit and think about more because that's seems like a really important list to make. But yeah,
I think I like Daredevil a lot. Actually, I think Daredevil certainly needs his time to shine for sure.
Can I give my full official answer now?
Yes, please.
So I'm still I'm gonna instead of going with the Fantastic Four, I'm gonna go with the Inhumans.
Left field, Inhumans.
Give them a fair shake.
All right.
I mean, like we only see them in one movie, and well, we know what happened to them in that one movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of going with Daredevil, Punisher.
Interesting.
And then we're gonna go to Latvia with Doctor Doom.
Right.
And then you gotta at least have one of the founding members of the Avengers. So you have to go with the first one, Captain America. And for my final one, I think I would like to see a Deadpool movie.
See, doesn't that break your heart though? The thought of like rebooting a Deadpool movie, like
You can't do it.
No, it's not even.
I think that's what I honestly don't think that's what this Deadpool movie is going to do. It's going to reboot everything.
Right. I just today rewatched the first Richard Donner's Superman movie. Eli, have you seen that movie before?
No, we were talking about watching it. He hasn't watched it yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
No, we were.
Didn't we start that?
We haven't started it yet. No,
Okay.
no. Actually, I was talking about that when you were on vacation. I said we need to watch when you get back. We need to watch the Richard Donner, the 78,
79.
Yeah, it's so good though. Like I mean, there's something. Obviously, it's not like a CGI masterpiece, right? Like it's not. But
then again, neither was the Odyssey movie, but I had to watch that one last year.
It's cute. I don't know that I actually ever watched the movie in its entirety before, and I didn't realize how like it's adorable. It's really cutesy. There's like very, very cute stuff with like Lois and Clark. There are like, okay, so I think like any fantasy or sci-fi or anything, you always get like one suspension of disbelief pass, right? Where like you get like, okay, that's ridiculous, but I'll buy into that, but everything else has to be believable, right? I feel like Superman has two big asks.
It does.
And it's like, I'm like, ooh, I bought off on that, but now we have to buy off on that too. Like, I can't say it without spoiling because Eli hasn't seen it, so we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, it's but I do honestly, I think Christopher Reeves is probably, I mean, he embodies Superman to me. Like, I mean, it's not just because he was the first, but he truly like he's Clark and then he becomes Superman, you know, like they're two totally different people, right? I just think it's so well done. Like, obviously, that's Superman as a whole, and I think Brandon Routh did it really well too when he got his shot at Superman. And he got to reprise it for one episode of the CWs. Yeah,
Christopher Reeves is incredible. He's so charming. He's
super
so charming, and like he's so handsome. I have to look away. Like it's like
100%.
Jesus,
like, and he's got that classic movie star handsomeness. Like, he's a movie star. Like, he's that guy. Like, he's the classic handsome actor.
There's this balcony scene with Lois, and he says something to her, and he does this like, does that thing, and I was like on the couch. I'm like, Clark, God.
Even
I was
her,
like, you're making me blush. Like,
Margot Kidder, right? Like, cast it perfectly.
Gene Hackman. It was like a lot of fun. I saw the fourth one in theaters, and I jumped from the first one to the fourth one because I'm like, I think that's a fun game to play. What happened?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, 100%. Well, cool. Well, I know Eli wanted to talk just for a minute. So a new anime dropped, or new live action version of an anime dropped on Netflix this past weekend. We haven't finished it. Well, we did watch the first four.
Yeah.
First four episodes. I want to say this. I want to say something first before he does, because he's watched the anime, or he's working through the anime and he really likes it. I'm not an anime guy. Unfortunately, just because I haven't really had time to sit down and watch a lot of anime. I watched these, kind of in passing, for the most part. I was sitting there watching it, but working on some writing and doing some other stuff. I really, really like it. I really think it's a lot of fun. I think it's really cool. I had never okay, so this is something that like he laughs at me about. I had no idea it was about pirates. I had no idea whatsoever that this
Same.
thing was about pirates. I love pirates. I love pirate culture. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I love the whole world, right? You tell me pirates and action, and I'm like, I'm there. Tell me when to go. I will be there. When you
So
need me.
why is it called One Piece?
So yes. So anyways, just real quick, I'll answer that, or Eli will answer that
Yes,
question. in a
yes, I
second.
will.
I found out while it was called One Piece, and I was like, oh, that's why it's called One Piece. I had no idea. I had no clue. But with that being said, as someone who had never watched the anime, I think I maybe watched some of it when it was on on the TV in the house. I really, really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's really colorful. The characters are super, super funny. There's some.
You've never met Bon Clay.
No, I know. Eli. I'm talking about what I've seen.
I know.
The characters are super, super funny. The villains are legitimately kind of scary. There's this one like clown pirate, Buggy, who I'm sure he's kind of goofy and stuff. But when you first see him, he's pretty terrifying. Like he's got this really cool grin, and he's kind of like the Joker of the high seas. He's really fun though. I love the over the top action, right? It's a live action anime, so like you gotta like go over the top with the action, and it's a lot of fun. And the kid like Luffy, he's like stretches, he's like Mr. Fantastic, and like
but the whole new
like just like stretches and like does all these weird things. And like the what's the girl, Nami, she's great. I like the boy who turns into the Marine, the kid with the glasses, Kobe. Morgan, I forget his name, but he was in Evil Dead Rise earlier this year. Great actor, great kid actor, or teenage actor. Actually, I think he's in his 20s now, but he's always playing teenagers. But he's in this too. He's fantastic. Zoro is just badass. Like he's just like, he has 3 swords, and he's just like I love the scene where they're like, oh, that's where that one goes. And like, you're like, oh, like this guy's no joke. Like this guy means business. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it. Just because I know I'll never, ever, ever get a chance to watch the anime, because it's like over
1,000.
Yeah,
it's like
on episode 1074.
Yeah, it's like, isn't it like the longest television show in history? I would say it is
getting up there.
Because
but I mean, have you heard of a show called Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah. No, I've never. How many does Grey's Anatomy does not have more episodes than?
There's no way.
1,000 has over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah. See, the difference is it goes for longer than One Piece does, because One Piece takes breaks.
Yeah. No, well, Grey's Anatomy is like a seasonal show. Like it's like a I don't know what I mean, it's been on since I can. I feel like I could remember, but
Archer, we're talking about the live action of One Piece, the live action.
Both are able to stream on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the live action. It's good. It's fun. I'm really enjoying it so far. But this kid's watched the anime and he's watched the show, so you can talk about it for a minute.
So, 22 years before the start of the series.
Slight spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. We're just going to talk about what the One Piece actually is.
So 22 years before we meet Gold D. Roger, but the Navy calls him Gold Roger for some reason. Probably to shade away from the fact that he has the D in his name.
Yeah.
But you learn more about that in the series. But his treasure, we learn this while he's being executed, is left in one place: wealth, fame, and power. You get it, you collect the One Piece. In turn, you also collect this title of Pirate King and all the wealth, fame, and power that comes with it. Being Pirate King doesn't mean you rule over people. It means that you're the freest person on the planet.
Sounds fun, yeah. You know what it kind of reminds me of, though? Actually, I was thinking about it. It reminds me a lot of Ready Player One in a way. Yeah. Like it's very much Ready Player One. Like this guy, he leaves behind his treasure, and you got like basically pirates from all over are trying to find this one piece, this one thing.
It actually started the Great Pirate Era.
Yeah, that'll make him the king of the pirates. So it's very much Ready Player One. Obviously, One Piece came before Ready Player One, but you can tell Ernest Cline is such a big nerd. I'm pretty sure he maybe took a little bit of liberty and kind of took that part of the story. But yeah, that's why it's called One Piece, Arturo. There's this One Piece, and they're trying to find it to become the Pirate King. But anyways, what do you think about it, seeing as you watch the anime and you're watching the show?
They have definitely made it a little bit more mature, like with the curse word. Like, it swears a lot more than the anime does. It shows like more blood than the anime, because like in the anime, like you see blood, but when you first see it, it's like all distorted and in like a different camera like lens. Instead of it being red, it's blue.
Yeah, that's cool. But what do you think overall of it? Are you enjoying it as someone who liked the anime? Which one do you like? So obviously you're gonna like the anime better because you're cable, you're more watching it. But
if you want to start watching One Piece, then the live action is a good place to start. It gives you a basic understanding of the universe. So far, it hasn't explained the three great powers, but that also doesn't get explained until later on in the series.
So let's say I start with the live action. Let's say I finish season 1 and I'm like, this is awesome, I want more. Will I be able to, where I leave off on the live action, just pick up from the animation?
The live action does change things, like where Buggy is and what he's doing, where certain characters meet. As far as we've been, that's all that's really changed. Like, some of the characters aren't as full
as well, like,
I see,
thought of, and
no, they are all that, but the costumes aren't. Like Alvida, for instance, she's a lot bigger in the anime than she is in the live action, to put it simply.
Sorry. So, listen, it's an anime, so it's got anime stuff, especially the female characters.
Oh no, she's just that.
Yeah, I mean,
she's obese.
That movie you were watching the other day,
we don't got to talk about Pelican.
That was something else. But yeah, overall, I'd say watch it. Definitely check it out. It's definitely worth watching. But yeah, so you recommend it so far?
Yes,
for sure. Cool. Alrighty. Well, I think that's our show. Krishna, do you have anything else you want to add?
Good to go.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for checking out the show. As always, you can check us out on you can check out Pastrami Nation on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it's called now, TikTok, Pinterest, whatever. Check us out. You can also find the audio version of this podcast on any of the Pastrami Nation podcasts. You can find those on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So certainly check those out. Trying to think, is there anything else you wanted to plug, Christian?
Yeah, check me out on Instagram.
Yes.
Instagram, all of those things, TikTok, Facebook, Christian Nacorda, you know where to find me. So
yeah, very cool. All right, you guys. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for checking out the show. And as always, join us next week and take care of yourselves and each other. It's a crazy world out there. And yeah, come talk to us anytime and check us out online and leave a message. We'll respond and we'll hang out and chat and stuff like that. So, all right, you guys, take it easy. Have a good day. Have a good night whenever you're checking this out. And we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.